Well, this was such an exciting film to watch, and I'm curious if it changed your view of the military at all, and if so, how?
Well, I've done other films where I've played a character in the military. One of the things that was different about this one is the Navy, or at least in submarines, is a bit more relaxed. It's not as necessary, all the marching, push-ups, and all of that. You know, that's not going to do you any good down there in that hole in the ground, in the water. It's more cerebral. It's more of a chess game mentality. The strain is more psychological than physical.
And in this role, your, I want to say almost the coiled dignity of finally standing up for when you had to.
The
Please,
coiled dignity.
please do. And when you finally let go, it felt that we were really seeing you in the film. And I'm curious, how much did you relate to your character and that need to stand up for that?
I'm not one. I can't coil my dignity as much as this guy does. You know, I mean, I haven't had to, but it was tough for weeks on end because we were shooting somewhat in sequence to follow this guy around and to just listen. And when I tried to say something, he cut me off. You know, it was like, just coiling that dignity, boy.
And Hackman, I've always enjoyed how honest you seem to be discussing other actors' work and your own. And tell me what Hackman was like to work with from your actor's point of view.
You know, he's one of the great actors of our time, so it was an honor to work with him. I had to continue to check myself because I found myself just watching him sometimes in the middle of a scene. It's exciting because when you know you're in there with somebody really good, it helps bring up the level of your game. So in that regard, it's like going back to school too, or going out on the basketball court and playing against the best guy in town. You know, you're gonna play your best. You're gonna prepare, and so for all those reasons, it was a very good experience.
It's a film that raised a lot of interesting questions, I thought, about communication, breakdown of communication, and that seems to be happening in a scary way in our culture now. I'm curious what your feelings are about that.
Yeah, it is frightening. It is frightening. I mean, even relating to this, the incident in Oklahoma, finding out that you're going to learn how to make bombs on the internet. I mean, it's almost like the old Police song, Sting song, too much information, you know, and it's scary.
So what can we do about that, do you think, creatively?
You know, everybody always talks about the First Amendment and we have to be careful, but, you know, when they wrote it, they didn't have all of these things. You know, they were basically chipping away on a piece of stone almost. You know, writing with quill pens. It's a different, it has to be reassessed. It has to be policed from the inside, or eventually it's going to be policed from the outside.
Yeah.
I think it eventually will. It's going to have to. I mean, how many people are going to die or be destroyed before we go, hey, we got to rethink this? Hopefully, everyone will do their part. Media, movies, news, parents. Because the other side of it is also you can't allow your children to be raised and only influenced by media, television, news, movies. Right. You know, parenting is important.
Real briefly, you've had such a diverse career. What would you like to do next that you haven't gotten a chance to do?
Go on vacation, which is what I'm going to do next. Absolutely nothing with a passion.
Great. Thank you very much. I only wish I had more time.